This Injen Deep Water Snorkel is for those of you that have a 2012 and up JK with the 3.6 liter engine and already have an Injen intake installed on your Jeep and want a snorkel so that you can go through some deeper water without the concern of sucking it into the engine. Of course, getting water into the air intake of your engine is a great way to hydrolock that motor and cause all sorts of internal issues. So going with the snorkel is going to be a way to avoid that. A snorkel will also get you truly cold air from outside of the engine bay into the engine so you can get some better combustion, a little bit more fuel, maybe a little bit more power, and a little bit better fuel mileage. Other people will just install a snorkel because they like the way that it looks, and that's perfectly okay as well. As far as the installation goes, this snorkel is going to be a 3 out of 3 wrenches. You're going to be drilling holes and cutting up your factory hood. It is not going to be for the faint of heart. A lot of people will just want to take their Jeep to a shop and have them install this for them. That's absolutely fine. If you want to tackle this in your driveway, you definitely can. Give yourself some time, measure once, twice, 3 times before making those cuts, and overall the install is going to be fairly straightforward. Now, what makes this different from some of the other snorkels out there is that it only works with that Injen intake. As far as the snorkel itself goes, it's pretty fairly priced. It falls right into the price range with a lot of other snorkels out there, but a lot of those other snorkels will work with the factory airbox. This requires that Injen snorkel, so when you figure both pieces together, it is going to be one of the pricier options out there. However, it is going to be a quality option, and that's very important. Like we talked about, hydrolocking an engine is very, very expensive. So you want to ensure that if you're installing a snorkel and you're going to use it for its intended purpose, going through deep water, you want to make sure you're not going to have any sort of leaks anywhere that can let water into the engine. So by going with something that is high quality, you know that you're not going to have that issue. This snorkel is made out of a polyethylene plastic material. It does come with not necessarily a pre-filter, but it does have a little bit of a grate on the air intake up here just to make sure nothing's going to get sucked in or try and make a nest in there while your Jeep is parked. This installation is going to require cutting the hood. Like I said, that's pretty standard across a lot of different snorkels. Now, there are some options out there that, while they still require cutting, it's cutting of internal support brackets, so you can actually go back to a stock look if you choose to remove the snorkel completely. If you're interested in that, take a look at the Rugged Ridge XHD Modular Snorkel. This one is going to require cutting a pretty big hole in your hood, so that's a commitment you're not going to be able to come back from. So again, 3 out of 3 wrenches here. Give yourself 2-3 hours for this installation. The first step is going to be taking the templates out of the packaging, marking your hood and making the cuts so that everything will fit. Then you can install the snorkel onto the A-pillar along the side of the hood where it actually will make the connection with that Injen intake and top it off with the scoop. So I mentioned before, this comes in at a pretty reasonable price when you look at a lot of other snorkels out there. This is going to be right around $375. Some are more, some are less, but you have to consider the fact that you need to purchase that Injen intake to work with this setup. If you already have it, not going to be concerned, but if you're looking at going from a stock setup to a setup that includes a snorkel, you have to include the price of that intake in your overall cost of running this setup. So if you're looking to run a snorkel on your Jeep, you already have an Injen intake or you're going to purchase one, this is going to be an option that will bolt up right to that intake, making for an easy install, and you can find it right here from ExtremeTerrain.com.